wanted to talk about a new drug. The name of this drug is Dsuvia. It is FDA approved, and it is an opioid. Now, I don't have to go into what we all know is the epidemic or pandemic of the opioid crisis and how people are being coddled in their drug use. They are acting like the drug hopped out of the bottle and attacked them and made its way down their throat, and they keep using these drugs. I don't understand, the coddling for people in the opioid crisis when there was no coddling and people's lives were ruined by the crack epidemic. And like I said, and I'll continue to say, you're going to have to reap what you sow. And 9 times out of 10, it's usually going to be worse than what you did to other people. And to me, this is an example of that. Because we know the opioid crisis is out of control. I see people and I can see that they are using drugs, and it makes them look horrible. They are running around all over the city where I live. It is a big issue. I'm sure that people have heard about what happened in Hamilton, Indiana. And I do see people who use in Indianapolis. They are asking for people to become foster parents because so many children are being affected by this crisis. But the FDA commissioner defended the FDA's decision to approve the drug, saying that the unique aspects of Dsuvia makes it a welcome addition to the tools healthcare providers already have at their disposal, and add that it would be especially useful for soldiers who cannot obtain opioids for acute pain. He also stressed that the drug would be used in medical supervised healthcare setting. The exact same thing they said about the opioids that people are using now. They say that an average of 115 Americans, we all know what that means, die every day from an opioid overdose. So they started giving these pills out like they were candy in a Pez dispenser, because people were willing to pay the money and they were making good money off of it. And as far as I can tell, it seems like the pharmaceutical industry, the FDA, and everyone involved who's getting kickbacks, they are not about to allow their fun time to dry up. They're not going to let this money dry up. So they said, after all this public outrage over the doctors giving it out, the pharmaceutical companies, they put them on blast, and we're talking about lawsuits that are supposed to be happening due to this opioid crisis. Like I said, usually medications, when they're taken correctly, you don't have a good chance of becoming addicted. It's just when you misuse and abuse. And we know that these people have been misusing and abusing it. Personally, I have taken an opioid myself, and I don't understand the attraction to it. It doesn't make you feel good. It actually makes you feel nothing. You feel numb. and you can start hallucinating. So I don't know how that's a fun time. Maybe that's a fun time for these people, but whatever. Now, this drug is made to dissolve underneath the tongue. It is 500 to 1,000 times more powerful than morphine, and it's 5 to 10 times stronger than fentanyl. So once that's out there, what do you think is going to happen? And this is what I've been talking about. I said I was just going to sit back and watch what's happening because, you know, all this, there's going to be a race war, you know, little demon children singing the KKK song like a Christmas Carol, and all of these things that they're doing. I laugh at it. I literally laugh at it. Even the whole thing with the Christmas tree, with the Takis and the Newports and stuff. Their focus is so on us that they don't even see the person that looked just like them is got a knife to their throat. And it wasn't a problem when we were overdosed, when our community was terrorized and the drugs were put in our community. You know, this was an effort. It wasn't like, you know, some person just thought of this and, you know, let me go just create this and put it out there. No, this was done to ravish our community. Now you have, you know, a certain community that this is affecting, and now the nation and the world needs to do something about it. But like I said, the pharmaceutical companies, they have something better. They have Dsuvia now. I mean, this is going to be a problem. And people are not really talking about this. I don't really hear people saying anything about this. So that means that this is going to just hit this nation in an already horrible, worsening opioid epidemic. When this gets out on the street, can you imagine how many deaths there are going to be? And that's around the world, not just the US. And literally the FDA is in on this. The ones who look over our food, this is the Food and Drug Administration. The ones who are over that are allowing this because they're getting kickbacks. So therefore, this country does not give a damn about these people who are just so down for the nation. They are terrorizing Black people, trying to stay on code with the very nation that's going to slit their throats. They're going to rip their spine out of them with this new opioid. So I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think about this new drug, and I will see you in the next one.